Hello and welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone has been well. It has been a while since I've uploaded anything onto this channel. Um, Basically, since my last update, things have been really hectic. I had a fairly busy Christmas period in my job, and basically I had no time to record anything. I do have an open window this week as I'm recording this, as I have some time off work. So this week I will be shooting some new content. Um, as far as today's video goes, it'll be a update video, just showing pretty much anything that I've picked up over the last few months. And then over the next few weeks, the videos that will be going up on the channel will be basically an overview of my DVD and Blu-ray collection. I'm hoping that I can shoot them in a few parts, some later today as we're recording this, and some later in the week, and then I will be sort of uploading them week by week. Should hopefully go up in I'm hoping about 5 or 6 parts, maybe a bit more. Depends on how long it takes to actually film them. So I'm looking at a good month or so, maybe 2 months. Week by week, there'll be a different part to the collection going up. By which time I should hopefully have some more free time. Maybe shoot some content as and when I can. But for now, let's get on with this collection update. As I said, this is everything that I've picked up over the last few months, be it from charity shops, standard shops, or for in and around Christmas. There's 16 titles in all, 8 Blu-ray, 8 DVD. So we'll start with the Blu-rays first. The first title is a BFI release. This I got in FOP when I was in Manchester just before Christmas, around November time. I was mainly going for Christmas shopping, but I went to have a browse because it had been a while since I've been to FOP. And this is a film that I remember watching when I was younger and was really, at the time, too young to actually watch it. It's seen as a British classic. By director Alan Clark, who also done the film. Is Rita, Sue, and Bob too. What this basically is a adult comedy. It's about two teenagers in Bradford who are a regular babysitting duo for a couple played by George Costigan and Leslie Sharp. And what winds up happening is the dad, Bob, winds up in a 3-way adulterous affair with the 2 girls. It is from what I remember, it is a really good film. and it, in essence, launched the careers for the two girls played by Siobhan Finnegan and Michelle Holmes. As far as special features go, it's a brand new 2K restoration by the British Film Institute from the original Super 16mm negative, presented in both high def and standard def, as it is a 2-disc set. There's a 69-minute making of documentary from 2017, which was newly filmed and features interviews with the cast and crew. A textless opening sequence, stills and collection gallery, the trailer, and it also has a 36-page booklet. If you take a look inside, there is the booklet, and then there's the Blu-ray and the DVD. It also has a reversible cover, which basically takes out the that's the by the looks of it, a quote, but it takes off the logos. So definitely looking forward to revisiting that. I haven't got around to rewatching it just yet. The next title is a John Carpenter masterpiece. This I actually got for Christmas. Something I've been wanting to see because I do love a good John Carpenter film. Of course, some of his classics like They Live, The Thing, Halloween, and this is The Fog. This is from 1980, starring Jamie Lee Curtis, Adrienne Barbeau, Tommy Atkins, and Janet Leigh. As far as special features go, there's a featurette called Retribution Uncovering John Carpenter's The Fog, a featurette about Carpenter called Shape of the Thing to Come, John Carpenter Unfilmed, an intro by John Carpenter himself, scene analysis by John Carpenter, a featurette called Fear on Film Inside the Fog, audio commentary by Carpenter and Deborah Hill, audio commentary with Adrienne Barbeau, Tom Atkins, and producer designer Tommy Lee Wallace. Featurette called The Fog Storyboard to Film. A clip from Horror's Hallowed Grounds, which is a TV show that looks at filming locations for classic horror. Outtakes, TV spots, theatrical trailers, and a photo gallery. So if you take a look inside, really love that artwork. This is one of the Studio Canal restoration artworks. And then if I snap it open again, a 2-disc set. This time 2 Blu-ray sets. So you have the film on first disc, and then all the special features are on the second disc. So that one will be kept for my regular Halloween film list. The next one is a steelbook. I really like the look of this. This was off Amazon and it was only cheap. It's another film I've not seen, from 1961. It won the Oscar for Best Picture. It also picked up awards for Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress. Sorry, it was nominated for 9 Academy Awards, not actually picked up the main awards. It also, as well as what I've just said, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actor, 2 nominations for that. Best Art Direction, Cinematography and Adapted Screenplay. And it is The Hustler, starring Paul Newman, Piper Laurie, George C. Scott and Jackie Gleason. And it's basically about a hustler who plays pool for a living, basically scams people into pretending I can't play the game, and then scams them out the money. And he comes unstuck when he comes up against the legendary pool player Minnesota Fats. I really like the look of this steelbook. Nice sort of matte finish. There's no embossing on the title. I'll just take the J card off. There's the back of it. And then that's what it looks like on the inside, just the one disc. And that's the back of the artwork, just without all the blurb and the credits. I can't really tell you what extras, if any, there are on this, as it doesn't it didn't give any details, but that's another one I'm looking forward to checking out. The next one is another Amazon pickup. This is from Amazon Marketplace. This is a film I've been wanting to watch for a while. I wouldn't exactly call myself a big fan of this group, but I do like the music, and it's a film that had me very curious to watch. I did like the trailers for this one, and it is Bohemian Rhapsody, and this is basically sort of a biopic about the great Freddie Mercury, the legendary frontman of Queen. It's a little bit exaggerated, as most biopics tend to be. It basically goes through the beginnings of the group, how Freddie got himself involved and how they rose to fame. What's his name? Rami Malek. He plays the titular role of Freddie Mercury, and actually gives one of the great performances. It was also, as far as music goes, it was executively produced by Brian May and Roger Taylor from Queen to give it a bit more legitimacy. As far as special features go, there's a featurette on Rami Malek on how he became Freddie, the look and sound of Queen, and recreating Live Aid. And not only that, as far as this Blu-ray goes, it also features in full, because it's only clipped in the actual film itself, where it actually features the full Live Aid performance recreated. So the entire set that Queen done for that legendary performance at Wembley, it's in full as an extra. So if we look inside, the disc artwork looks like an actual record, which is really nice touch. And again, this was off Amazon Marketplace. It was dirt cheap. Couldn't pass it up. The next 4 titles are all DC animated films, and you know from this channel that I love anything DC animated. So the first title is the more recent one. This has been hard to track down, as Amazon didn't have it listed for a while. It was listed as unavailable. My local HMV didn't have it in. CX didn't have a second-hand copy in. I tried 1 or 2 places, they never had it in. I was only when I went to Manchester just after Christmas that the I think it was FOP, might have been HMV, can't remember, but they had a copy in, and I thought, I've got to snap this up. It is Injustice, and this is basically an adaptation of both the critically acclaimed video game and subsequent graphic novel of the same name. It's basically a story about how the lives of the Justice League are turned around by a tragic event involving the Joker, and what it does to alliances. It's really, really lovely artwork. As far as special features go, featurette, adventures in storytelling, injustice, crisis and conflict, and it features 2 bonus cartoons from the DC Vault. I haven't actually popped this in to check which cartoons they are, but as with all, one of the titles is just a plain blue disc. It also features a flyer for upcoming DC things. So you have the in thing at the moment, the Batman. I am planning on seeing it sometime this week. Also has a piece on some of the upcoming or available titles from Warner Shop. Spoiler alert, 2 of the things on this leaflet are going to be popping up in the next few minutes, and then on the back, a couple of the upcoming games: Suicide Squad, which I believe now has been delayed, and Gotham Knights. So like I said, I do love DC animated films, so I'm looking forward to sitting down and watching that one. As I just mentioned, there was a spoiler for something in that flyer, and it will be these 2 titles: Batman the Long Halloween Part 1 and Batman the Long Halloween Part 2. And this combined was one fantastic film. It's basically a villain called Holiday Killer who targets the villains of the underworld and he gets chased down by bats, Jim Gordon and Harvey Dent. It um, kinda sorta is an origin story for how Harvey Dent becomes Two-Face. But as I said, really fun film, and the artwork is just incredible. So you see on the cover of part 1, you have Batman, Catwoman, and the Joker. And then if I put part 2 lines up next to it, you have Two-Face, Batman again, Scarecrow, and Poison Ivy. As far as the special features go on these, part 1 has a DC showcase show called The Losers, which is set in World War II. Has a sneak peek at part 2, and contains 2 bonus cartoons from the DC Vault. Off memory, I believe they're from Batman the Animated Series, and maybe Joker related, but don't quote me on that one. And then part 2 has another DC showcase show, this time on the Blue Beetle, and it's set basically set like it was a Saturday morning cartoon. Features a sneak peek of Injustice, which we just showed, and another 2 bonus cartoons from the DC Vault. And the final DC animated film that I picked up was another one that really caught my interest, and is Justice Society World War II. And this is, I think it might be an Elseworlds tale, I'm not too sure, but it's basically the Flash, while the Barry Allen version of the Flash, while setting off to join a battle, accidentally rips through time and finds himself back in World War II. And he comes up against a World War II era Wonder Woman, the Jay Garrick version of the Flash, I believe that is. There's also Hawkman, Black Canary, and I'm not too sure who that character is. As far as special features go, there's a DC showcase show called Kamandi, the Last Boy on Earth, which was a character created by the legendary Jack Kirby. Featurette, Adventures in Storytelling, Justice Society World War II, sneak peek of Long Halloween Part 1, and 2 cartoons from the DC Vault. So that's all the latest additions to my DC collection, and that is all the Blu-rays. Now onto the DVDs, and the first title, this one was a pickup from CX. It was only dirt cheap. Something and it didn't really grab me interest when it came out in cinemas, because the franchise it's based in, I've never really been a big fan of the live action, but it was £2, it's in really good condition, so I thought to give it a chance. If I don't like it, I can resell it. As Marvel's The New Mutants, and this is basically it's basically set in the X-Men universe, about a group of um, young mutants, but who are taken to an institution to cure them of their powers, but something goes wrong. It's got a really good cast. It's got Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Charlie Keaton from Stranger Things. So it might be good, it might be bad, but for £2 wasn't going to pass up on that. The next title is another film from my anime collection. I've just realised that the case is broken on this one, which is lovely. This is one that's been on my Amazon wishlist for a while. I was actually able to get this cheaper on DVD, as much as I prefer the Blu-ray. Again, this was from FOP, and this is I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. It's basically about a boy who stumbles across a secret journal in a hospital and finds out it belongs to a classmate who's a female classmate who's suffering from a terminal illness in her pancreas, and basically the bonds over it by the looks of it. It's I mean, the title makes it sound a bit horrorish, but Japanese movie and TV show titles are kind of strange anyway. But as I said, this is something I really wanted to check out. So as special features, there's trailers and commercials in both Japanese and English. English dub bloopers, Texas opening, a theatrical release special, and opening theme song fanfare anime film. The next one, this is a bit of childhood nostalgia. This I picked up in a charity shop a few weeks ago. It was only £1. I do have the first part to this. This is the second two parts. There's still one more part to this that I need to pick up. And this is from the BBC adaptation of Chronicles of Narnia that aired in the late 80s. As I said, I do have the first part, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, which was from 1988, which I do remember watching when I was a kid. And this one is the Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian, and The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. The Prince Caspian aired over a week from the 19th of November 1989 to the 26th, and then a week later, or 2 weeks later rather, was Voyage of the Dawn Treader, which was actually a bit longer in airing. It aired from the 3rd of December through to Christmas Eve. As far as special features, it's both specials just on the one disc. As far as special features go, It's digitally remastered. There's photo gallery and an episode and scene selection. I say episode because when it aired at the time, compared to the Disney adaptations of Lion the Witch of the Wardrobe and The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, these were actually aired on a daily basis in the CBBC block. So it spread the whole story about into 5 parts. The runtime on it is 2 hours 49 minutes, which so you're talking like about an hour and a half, near enough for both tales. So once I get the final part of it, which name escapes me at the moment, I'm going to revisit the whole thing just because of that nostalgia. And speaking of nostalgia, this is another one from my childhood. I used to read this book, the book version of this, constantly as a kid, as I was a big fan of all the author's works. And it is the BFG. And this is, again, it's from 1989. It was produced by Cosgrove Hall, the studio that was behind the likes of Danger Mouse, Count Duckula, and shows like that. This is just childhood in a nutshell. One of Roald Dahl's most iconic stories. Basically about an orphan girl who meets a 25-foot high giant, and he shows her the worlds of his magical giant country and how he lives off snozcumbers and whiz poppers. And the BFG is basically the good giant in the world of nasty giants, and the whole thing is just a beautifully animated, funny story. This is one of the special edition releases. As special features go, there's a documentary about Roald Dahl, which I'm looking forward to checking out because I did grow up on his books. Yeah, BFG, The Witches, which, by the way, I hate the film adaptation of. It used to terrify me as a kid. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and so many other amazing books in the series. So there's a documentary, an interview with movie creator Brian Cosgrove, songs from the movie, photo gallery, before and after restoration video, and storyboards. And there is the disc art, just a cut out version of the cover art. The next title is a absolute classic. This, along with 2 of the next 3 titles I'm going to show, are my most recent pickups. I got these on Thursday gone from British Heart Foundation in their 3 for a pound offer, but they were all priced to 50p. This one was factory sealed, in fact double factory sealed. It was sealed on the outside, and the DVD itself was sealed on the inside. It's a 2-disc set that was in the short-lived Movie and More collection from Warner Brothers. Is The Green Mile, starring Tom Hanks and the late great Michael Clarke Duncan. It's basically about the friendship between a prison guard played by Hanks and a prisoner with supernatural powers called John Coffey, played by Clarke Duncan. And it has one of the most gut-punching endings to any film I've seen. As far as special features go, with a 2-disc set, it features commentary by writer-director Frank Darabont, who was also the director of another one of my all-time favourite films, The Shawshank Redemption. A making-of documentary, a 6-part documentary gallery, the titles of which are Stephen King's Storyteller, The Art of Adaptation, Acting on the Mile, Design of the Mile, The Magic of the Mile, and The Tale of Mr. Jingles. A makeup test for Tom Hanks, screen test for Michael Clarke Duncan, the teaser trailer, a case story, and the theatrical trailer. The next 2 titles, one was another title that I picked up in the 3 for £1 deal. The other I picked up back in November from FOP, and these mark the first 2 titles of this line I have in the collection. They're from the Shameless Screen Entertainment line. So the one from the charity shop is Torsome from 1973. Both of these is Giallo films, by the way. This one was by Sergio Martino, who also made All the Colours of the Dark and Mountain of the Cannibal Gods. It's basically about a group of students who like to basically get the kit off, and they're stalked by a saw-wielding killer. There is the disc art, it's just basic disc art with the title and the Shameless logo. There's the front cover art again. It also features a reversible cover with the poster artwork. In fact, that is the reversible sleeve. That's the artwork you get. It's not in the best condition, I will say that, but when I seen it sitting on the shelf, I was looking for a 3rd title to pick up. I'll show you the 2nd title as my last pick up in just a moment. I was blown away to find this sitting on the shelf, and I wasn't going to pass that up. The other Shameless title is from 1969. It was directed by Massimo Dallamano, based on a novel by Leopold von Sacher-Masoch. I think that's how you pronounce it. Might be wrong, but it is Venus in Furs. And basically about a peeping Tom played by Regis Valley, who was basically obsessed with spying on naked women in furs when he was a kid, and craving punishment, humiliation. As it's basically a sadomasochistic film. After I'll probably get in trouble for having that cover flashing, there is a bit of a rude cover, and again, just plain discard with the title in yellow, and then it has a reversible, a slightly tasteful reversible artwork with the Italian title, which is Le Malize de Venire. I will say neither of the two titles have any special features listed, but I'm assuming they will have some very basic special features. But again, they will be for my horror review. And the final title, as we're now hitting the 42-minute mark, shows you how long it's been. The final title is another classic. This was the final title of the Three for a Pound that I picked up last week, and it is the 1969 classic The Italian Job, starring Michael Caine. One of the great film about a jailbird called Charlie Croker, played by Michael Caine. He created a team with criminal mastermind Mr. Bridger with the aim to lift $4 million from under the noses of the Turin police. But there's the disc art, and it also comes with an A3 poster. So definitely happy to have that in the collection. And that is it. That is it for this rather long-winded video. Hope you stuck around as long as possible, or skimmed through just to see bits and bobs. But if you did enjoy it, let me know in the comments down below if you've seen any of the titles, what you thought of them. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up, share the video, and as I said, I will be back with an overview of my entire movie collection over the next few weeks, so look out for that. But for now, I've been the Blue Geek, this has been the Blue Geek Reviews, and I will see you around.